Alrighty, we are in Fort Dodge, Iowa right now. It is currently 6:45 in the morning, I think. Yep, right at 6:45 in the morning. They came a knocking at 6:30 this morning to unload us. 15 minutes later, we're unloaded and we're pulling out of the place. Kind of dig that. That's really nice. Our temperature right now is 31 degrees. I think it's only supposed to rise from there. The wind is blowing pretty good. That Kenworth sitting right beside us back there. Some of you have always wondered, if I had to get an aerodynamic truck, what would it be? It'd either be a T600 or a T660, which is that model of truck. Is it 660? 600. That's a 600 right there. And I've always said you drop the front end down, take the bird banger off the top, and those are really sharp trucks. As for right now, we're going to go find a place to continue our nap because it's kind of early in the morning. He had his wiener hanging out that whole time during that last shot, didn't he? Opie, I tell you what, either he's peeing in the background, pooping in the background, trying to take a nice, beautiful shot and put inappropriate things in it. And yet I can't control it, I'm a man. I know, I hear you. All right, now we're finally a little bit more awake. Well, I'm awake, sorta. We just woke up. We have a storm brewing. Coming from that way. It's hitting Sioux City, Iowa right now. Like I said earlier, we're in Fort Dodge, Iowa. We're about 122 miles from Sioux City. Sounds like a little bit of a boomer. So we're going to walk around, get everything done to the truck, get our paperwork done, and then we're going to start heading that way. We're empty right now. We unloaded our load of pork here in Fort Dodge. And if you caught yesterday's video, that's what we're doing all week this week. We're going back and forth from Sioux City, Iowa to Fort Dodge, Iowa. If it goes as good as it did in this last run, this is just awesome. There was a time when I would just absolutely hate anything this close, and it would be, well, it would be YouTube nightmare, YouTube suicide, YouTube whatever, because the content would just, it'd get ugly. But I think I could handle doing this every week. So far. We're only one trip into it. We got a couple more to go. But it feels good to only be about an hour and a half from home, about 2 hours from home. If anything goes wrong, boom, straight back there. Anything goes wrong with first class, Uber Dad doesn't have that far to drive. It's not even worth checking if you want to go outside. With it raining this much, you jump straight back into the truck. After a quick stop by Hardee's there in Holstein, Iowa, we've made it to Sioux City, Iowa now, where we're going to pick our next trailer up. When you pull in here, you need to make sure your tandems are slid back, your doors are open, and the trailer's ready to be loaded. When we finish up getting our paperwork for our next load, we're going to take that empty over, they're going to wash it out, we're going to park it into an empty line, and then we'll grab our loaded trailer. You know, as we were going through Holstein, Iowa there, and we stopped there and we ate, it kind of reminded me of an email that I got. Oh, this email's been too long ago. I got an email from a certain gentleman's child that says, hey, my dad watches your channel all the time, and he's struggling with a battle of cancer, as well as my dad is. And I wanted to give him a shout out. I have Uber Dad looking for the email right now because I misplaced the email and I have never been able to find it since. But without giving your name, keep the fight going, man. I feel horrible. I rarely get those emails, which is fine. I'm not into the shout out thing, but when someone is battling for their life, that deserves a shout out. But unfortunately, I lost the email. So if you are still watching the channel, keep the fight going, man. And if Uber Dad finds that email, we'll take a little bit deeper into this. We've unhooked our empty trailer. We're loaded with our loaded trailer. We're gonna pull against the curb over here, let Opie run around a little bit, let the line die down a little bit. There's a line leaving this place, and then we will proceed on and start heading back for Fort Dodge. I'm really loving this. I don't know why, but I am really extremely loving this. Boy, I tell you what, Opie, I get more people coming up to me at a truck stop asking me about your steps than I do anything else. I usually try to remember to put those in a link in the video when I edit the video, which I usually forget. We just had a driver come up to us and ask us, hey man, I got a 150-pounder Rottweiler. Those steps would work great for her. Where did you get them? And I told him they're just on Amazon. And I would tell you guys that they're snaggle paw, because that's what they used to be called, and they're no longer called that, so it's just easier to put a link in there. So Kurt from the future, go ahead, put a link in the video to this video, and put a link in the description of this video. Let's try to talk again. We're in early Iowa right now, and I wanted to stop because that grass back there, it just wasn't good enough for Opie, and he wants to go for a long walk. So we're just going to go for a long walk around the truck stop here, and then walk on the other side of this fence that I got beside me, and by the barns and stuff probably. No, I take that back. That is private property over there. We're not going to go over there. I'm loving this. This is just magnificent. I truly am loving it, which is weird to say because you guys have probably seen me say in past videos, oh, I'm going crazy running local. In this day and age right now, Miro, oh, I'm just loving it. It reminds me a lot of when I used to haul wet distilled grain. Those rounds were 200 miles around, which this one's not much more. This one's about 240 miles around. And unlike when I was hauling distilled grain, when I used to do that from Iowa to Nebraska, that was 3 loads a day, 6 to 7 days a week. So you were turning in 600 to 700 miles a day. This one is 4 rounds all week. So I've slacked off quite a bit, but it is still way, it's just nice, isn't it? We're taking our time. We don't have any big time deadlines. It's just moving around steady. It really is. I better go walk this German. He's looking pretty antsy. Keep going. We're walking. We're not smelling. Keep going. Keep going. Keep going. Keep going. We're not walking. I give up. Come on. Dude, there's grass right here. Like perfect grass. Get out of there. Come on. Get out of the mud. Come on. Oh. It's kind of rare we can do this. It's kind of rare that we can actually end a video where we started it. At the beginning of this video, there was a Kenworth sitting right beside us. We were showing those flags blowing. Of course, those flags are very improper representation of how severe the wind is. We're hiding behind the Kenworth right now, but if we would go just a little bit that way, you guys would not be able to hear me because the wind would be blowing so hard. We've made it back to Fort Dodge, Iowa, and they're going to unload us in the morning. This time, though, if they come knocking on the door at 6 o'clock in the morning, I'm not going to be a zombie at all. We got here kind of late last night, which was expected. Today, I don't have bags all the way down my face. I'm not beat. I'm not shot. I feel pretty spunky. I may actually sit down and actually get some time to edit a video up. I've had to push the videos back a few days because I get done with my days anymore at 5 o'clock in the morning, and by the time I get done with the day, it's feed Opie and straight back to the sleeper and we cash out. Today is good. Today was great. I'm really having fun right now. Alrighty, you guys need to go over www.truckingwithschmidt. Check out the merchandise there. Support the channel. We don't need to. It's just kind of cool if you want to. If you like the video, throw a like down there. And if you haven't yet, please subscribe to the channel. You guys stay safe, and as always, I'll see you next time. Look at it in all its glory. The drink of the gods is amongst us. May there be multiple tummy aches from this point till January, to where it disappears again and goes back up into the heavens. Oh eggnog, I love you so. Why do you hate my tummy?